Hello and welcome to my channel, The Grape Jelly Library, where we love to talk about books. My name is Floss and I am so glad you could join me. I always look forward to your visit. Okay, first order of the day, table topics. Which topic will we touch on today? This down, I'll lower these. When you're down, what makes you feel better? People who need people are the luckiest people in the world, says Barbara. People, because they can turn your way of thinking around. They have a way of making you look at situations that you weren't able to see. People are the source of enlightenment. Comment below. Let me know when you are down, what perks you up, what lightens your spirits. Okay, so today I was going to do a tag, but while doing my ironing, I was watching one of my very favorite booktubers, Michael Romeo from Michael Romeo Talks Books, and he was talking book bans, and he joined a book ban challenge. And MJ from over at Reading This Life has started this challenge. And oh my gosh, MJ is so passionate and compassionate about this topic. And here's little old me, like a fool, not even stopping to ponder or give any thought to book banning and how important it is and how silly it seems to ban a book. I've heard of book bans. I've never stopped to see just exactly what books are being banned and what does it take to get a book banned and what role does book banning play in our youth and the such. So I decided I was going to investigate a little bit, and this is what I came up with. PEN International. PEN is standing for Poets, Essayists, and Novelists. Well, they were formed and founded in London in 1921, and they are high on promoting literature and defending freedom. And hallelujah, I am on board with that. I do not believe that any one person or group has the right to tell anybody what they can and cannot do or should or shouldn't be reading. How dare you? Mind your business. And if you don't like it, move along, because do you know what? If it isn't your thing, it very well may be someone else's. There are plenty of things in this world that aren't my thing, but do I feel like the need to prevent others or halt others or stop others? I am not a super villain. I do not possess that power, nor should I. You do you and I'll do me, right? And that's how we're all going to get along. And be damned, these vocal minorities who are upset because certain books contain certain subject matters. Are you kidding me? One of the books on the banned book list is Charlotte's Web. Why? Why on earth would you ban such a book as Charlotte's Web? I grew up on Charlotte's Web, and I do not feel like it hindered in my mental growth process or any other way otherwise. Charlotte's Web is banned because it has animals that talk to other animals like they're human beings. Yes, I paused so that the ridiculousness of that statement could sink in. That to me is like saying, well, we should not watch Grease. You know, the ever popular musical Grease with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. We shouldn't watch that because they smoke cigarettes, they join gangs, and their car flies at the end. And everybody knows that cars don't fly. There goes every cartoon I probably watched as a child, as cartoons aren't real and cartoons can't talk. Toasters, a cartoon toaster, something The Brave Little Toaster. That was one of my child's favorite cartoons, but everybody knows that toasters don't talk. So should we ban The Brave Little Toaster? Not to mention, you could get electrocuted by a toaster. Hazards. Ridiculousness. How about Mary Poppins? Should we ban Mary Poppins because she is encouraging the children to take their medicine with a spoonful of sugar? And we all know the havoc that sugar can wreak on the human internal system. We all know how sugar is a breeding ground for diseases. Yet, Little Miss Mary is promoting that in children. I take offense to that. We should probably ban Mary Poppins. Are you kidding me? I have a brain in my head and I can do my own thinking. And I don't try to persuade anyone into my way of thinking. Again, you do you and I'll do me. So a ban on books is complete and utter nonsense. What are we doing? You're going to tell me that I shouldn't read books such as Of Mice and Men? John Steinbeck is my favorite author of all, and I will never not support John Steinbeck or not recommend a John Steinbeck book. So you're telling me Of Mice and Men is offensive and contains book banning elements and we should avoid that book? You're telling me The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Kite Runner, The Hate You Give. I have not read that book, but I have a feeling I would learn something from that book. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This book is going to be the very first book that I purchase when I finish my Read What You Own challenge. It's not my challenge. I believe it's Ollie's from over at Criminollies, but it is a challenge that I love and that I am participating in. So when I'm finished with that, that's going to be the first book that I purchase. Captain Underpants. I thought that book was hilarious for a little kid, and I bought my child every single Captain Underpants book that came out in the 90s. And guess what? He's just fine, and I'm just fine. And you know what? I would do it all over again. Nobody tells me what to read and what not to read. Diary of a Young Girl, the story of Anne Frank. That is one of my all-time favorite books. And you're banning it and depriving so many people her historical journey. The journey that should be told, is worthy of being told. You are never going to erase history, and you are never going to be able to shut it out or ignore it. So banning these books will get you nowhere, because you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. Furthermore, Do you not realize that when you tell a certain demographic of people not to do something, that they will only seek to do it even more now? Harry Potter, I do not know why Harry Potter is banned. I'm going to look it up because now I'm super curious about that one. But really, Slaughterhouse-Five wasn't my thing, but didn't read anything in it that I felt the book needed to be banned. There are a ton of books that I have read that I'm not in agreement with, but I would never be of such a group that would hinder or prohibit or dissuade someone from reading something because I don't like it. I don't know. I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. When my child was growing up, there were parental advisories on the CDs. Did I buy my child any CD with the parental advisory sticker on it? Yes. Yes, because it's life. And you know what? You're not going to hide life from your children. You're not going to shelter your children from everyday situations that happen in life and people and the way that they are. And it doesn't matter the way that people are if they're good people. You could be anything you want to be if you have a good heart and you cause no injury or harm to others. Then you go out there and you be your best you. And I am not going to tell my child that certain things are to be ignored or don't exist or are to be overlooked because others can't handle it. I'm not going to do that. When I was growing up, a teenager, there was an Ozzy Osbourne song that was out there and a certain situation occurred. I'm not going to say what. You could look it up if you want. Where these parents took Ozzy to court. And I couldn't help but thinking. They said it was his subliminal messages that produced a certain outcome in the children. And I couldn't disagree with that more. Because when I was growing up, a very popular song at the time was Do the Hustle. Do it. Do the hustle. Now, the subliminal message there is do it. Do the hustle. Do it. Do it. Guess what? Nobody on my block walked out their door doing the hustle unless they were on a dance floor somewhere. Nobody walked down the grocery aisle doing the hustle. And I'm not trying to be a smartass. I'm just trying to make a point here. Nobody on the city streets or in the public shopping centers or in any type of gathering were doing the hustle. So I am not in agreement with that. I'm not in agreement with anybody telling me what to do, what to read, what to listen to. It's not going to happen. So here is what I propose. I propose that you head on over to MJ's channel, Reading This Life. Check out her video on banned books and just listen to the compassion in her voice and see it all written all over her face. And join this challenge. It's a wonderful challenge and help to bring awareness to the ridiculousness of banning a book. Until we meet again, know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading whatever the hell you want to be reading, and may all your dreams come true.